Before I call the member for Ballina, I'll just remind there are a number of members on the opposition benches who are already on 3 calls. I really don't want to kick you out in the last petition debate. I call the member for Ballina and she will be heard in silence. You have to call member for Ballina.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I rise to contribute on behalf of the Greens and recognise the member, Adam Marshall, for introducing this petition, and also the mayors and the guests that are here today from the Hunter New England region. And as the member for Ballina, we share a lot of your concerns in general sense, but I want to say at the outset, particularly with the Health Minister here, just to say that, you know, a huge shout out to all of our health staff in the Ballina electorate, right across the primary health network and also our local health district, who've just done such an outstanding job over the last few years. In no way the things that I want to raise here during this petition debate are about them at all. Madam Speaker, I'm not going to speak to something like the splitting of the district, the Hunter New England Health District, because that's a matter for the community. However, in terms of directly employing doctors in emergency departments in rural regional district hospitals, we can certainly speak to that, because my doctors and nurses tell me that it is just incredibly hard because locums make so much money. And so what are we doing to attract doctors to hard-to-staff areas? It reminds me, as an ex-teacher, of the sorts of incentives that we needed to do to attract teachers to hard-to-staff areas, and we're just not seeing enough being done to attract doctors with the capacity to provide outpatient services. And with point 3, dramatically increasing the number of nurses, Madam Speaker, I'm proud to be in a party where we have committed to introduce nurse-to-patient ratios to guarantee safety and better health outcomes for patients. And Madam Speaker, at the moment, my nurses are working alongside agency nurses who are earning an extra $10 an hour. Now, of course, our nurses are not complaining about that because they're so exhausted and they're so glad, because they're doing so much overtime, that they don't really bat an eyelid about the fact that there's another tier of nurse staff who are earning more than them. And I think that that's unacceptable, particularly after the incredible work that they've done through COVID. And Madam Speaker, when it comes to the response, I mean, it does boggle the mind that we have a National Party member introducing this petition into the Parliament today, and it is a National Party minister, the Minister for Regional Health, Bronnie Taylor, who has responded. I find that perplexing, and also want to say that the $883 million investment that she has announced in response to this petition, Madam Speaker, if you take that $883 and spread it over 15 health districts, it's approximately $59 million, and you consider just in the Northern New South Wales Health District, member for Lismore and I, has 12 health facilities. You're left with approximately $5 million per facility. Over 4 years, that's approximately $1.2 million a year. And I think that says it all, because that is nothing. That is absolutely not fit for purpose, those kinds of figures. So we need the old parties to pledge some serious money as we move forward after this election, because it is the frontline workers who come to me and say that they are just absolutely understaffed and overworked right across the health sector. And just recently, and I cannot leave without saying this, even though it's strictly not an area health district matter, but our AMBOs, why, Minister, if you could do something, the Minister for Health, if you could do something before you go to address, please, on their last moments, can you please introduce the patient transfer system to regional New South Wales or the Northern Rivers? Because my AMBOs are being used, they are critical care workers, they're highly qualified professionals who are being taxi drivers, taking patients to John Flynn and out of the area, and with so few ambulances, I lie awake at night because I think if someone has a heart attack in Alstonville while they are up at John Flynn, let alone how long they have to wait before they can leave their patient who is not critically ill, it is really not good enough. And we want to see that reduced and let's please introduce the patient transfer system, because we know that it's not just demoralising for our paramedics, but it is also extremely expensive. And I would love to know how much money we could save just in that sector alone. So commend the member and all those who signed, the 16,000 people who signed this petition, and let's do so much better for regional health moving forward.